So I popped to the shop for a new filter media bag and we got ourselves a new coral. Let's see what's in the bag. So I've just come back from Kettering Aquatics, which is actually my second closest LFS, local fish shop, to me. They've always got really nice SPS corals in there. So I picked something up. I went in there for a filter media bag, which is down here. That is for the Nano tank, because I want to run some carbon in the Nano tank. And it came back with a nice new coral. I'm just temperature acclimating it at the moment. I'm going to get myself a jug. I'm going to get the coral dip out, which is just here. So we'll get coral dip on the go. We'll dip the coral and then we'll put it in the tank. I am going to put it on a frag rack for now. This rock is still bright white. This is where it's going to go. And I'm just going to pop the frag rack in here so it can rest. Just so it acclimates to the light a little bit better. I'm going to put it on the same level as this rock. But yeah, let me get this dipped. Alright, this isn't where I normally dip my corals, but it's the only place I can really show you guys what I do. I should really put some towels down because the missus is going to go mad. But she's out at the minute, she's got no idea what's going on, so we'll crack on. Let's get it out and see what we've got. It's only a small piece. It is a maricultured coral, Indonesian coral, and it is a Millipora. Let me get it in frame. There it is. First things first, we've obviously got to dip it. Right, so this is going to be very brief because I don't want this video to be too long. Put some coral dip. I'm going to give it a good visual inspection as well. So I'm going to leave that for a minute and I'll come back. All right, so that's been in the dip for probably about 3 minutes now. I'm going to do this one-handed. I'm going to pull it out. So that is the dip water, and this is just my tank water. Right, and then we'll just give it a good old blast with the coral feeder. Well, one thing I must point out, actually, I've got a few of these. So this one is specific for coral dip. I don't use it for obviously feeding the corals. So I just wanted to point that out. If you're going to use something like that, I'd probably recommend having a couple of them. But yeah, that's going to sit there. I have just got. Let me get my my gimbal. Okay, so we're on the gimbal. Right, I have just got the frag rack out. So as you can see, it's sitting exactly the same. Sorry, I'm moving stuff as I'm talking. It is sitting at exactly the same level as the rock it's going to go on. I'm not sure whether to put it on this one, or this one. But for now, we are just going to grab it out and put it on the rack. This is not under blues, it's under full white light, so it doesn't pop. Oh, I've just realised that I've bashed this Millipora as well. Oh no, that one's growing really well. I just knocked a bit off that Millipora. So I'll put that on the rack. That went straight through. Onto the sand bed. We'll get that at a later date. Yeah, so that is that. I'm probably going to leave it on that rack for maybe a few days. It's nice and close to the glass, so I can visually inspect it as well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it being there for a few days. So it's actually been about 5 days since I added this coral to the tank, and it's really starting to look good. Polyp extension is good. Colour is looking pretty good, actually, to be fair. To be honest, overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking, because when it went in there, it was a little bit brown. And I think it's going to be more of a red Millipora rather than a pink. But we'll see how that one goes. I'm liking how it's looking. I mean, it's basically fresh from the ocean, been shipped over to the UK, then it's come over into my tank. So at this point now, the colours aren't going to be at their peak. They will sort of really start showing in the coming months. As I say, it's been on the on this rock for 4 or 5 days, and you can see it is just starting to encrust. on that little ledge there. I broke the base of the coral off. I didn't really want that in my tank. I only left it in on the rack for about an hour. And I did a little bit of research with these corals, and I know I've lost a couple of these maricultured corals before, and apparently they can suck up a lot of pollutants within the base of these corals. So they come, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this because it's quite dark, but they come like this, and they come on a base. I used to leave them on the base because they were encrusted, and I thought, well, I'm not going to disturb it and stress the coral out but even more. But apparently if you break the base off, if you completely take the base off and you put it into your tank like this, it should fare a bit better. As you can see, I've lost this one, and I've lost this one here. These were both maricultured. Both of them were millipora. So yeah, as I say, it's starting to base out a little bit. It's been in there 4 days, so I'm really happy with that. Coloration is getting there. As you can see, I put the wave maker. I used the Sea Voyager Nano, and that, to be honest, is pushing just enough flow to move these polyps. I don't like it where it's too heavy. I just like it so the polyps are nicely moving within the flow. As you can see, I'll spin it around. You can see it from this angle. So yeah, it's looking happy as Larry. It's looking really happy. I also, the red digitata that was down here, I've broken up and put on this rock here. I'm not 100% sure if I like that, but it's going to stay there for now. I've also got a really nice coral to come here. I'm not going to tell you what that is. I will leave that for another update. The frag, I don't know if you remember, but I broke a little piece off this millie here, and it went and landed on the sand bed, so I've literally just put it on a tiny frag plug and put it there. That's not going to stay there, that's only staying there to rest. I'm probably going to give it to one of my mates that are close by, because he's just started up a tank, and he actually picked up the stag yesterday that was on the sand bed there. So the sand bed's looking pretty good. The tank as a whole, I'm liking it at the minute. I mean, I was a bit disappointed, I was a bit down in the dumps about getting rid of this torch garden, but the way it's going, I actually really like how it's turning out, to be honest. I am thinking I've got enough space to have 2 more corals. Sorry, this gimbal's doing editing. So I've got this one. Where this frag is here, I'm thinking that I can potentially put, I've got one coming here that should come up here. This torch is going. So yeah, I've got one coming here that will reach out up here, and I'm thinking maybe I could put a small frag of something within that area there, because there's a bit of space in there. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really liking the way it's looking at the minute. So yeah, we'll probably leave the video there. If you're enjoying the content, please do like, please do subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out if you guys subscribe to the channel, and have a cracking week, guys.